you really see nothing. No house, no cars, nothing. Good morning and welcome back to Werner's View channel. I've just woken up here to a beautiful morning at Leeuwenboschfontein Guest Farm. Oh, and I'm looking forward to the trip that I'm planning today, but just before I go, I just need to drop the key of the caravan where I stayed. Yeah, this place, I know I've said it probably too many times, but this is such a beautiful and neat place. So yeah, so Esther looked after me here. I had a wonderful stay, and she also made me dinner last night, so all good. And I'm gonna just drop the key and then we are off. It is now 7:01, so I'm managing to make an early start. I just now need to first exit the gate, but I need to actually open the gate. Yeah, so my CRF rally is all packed up and ready to go. So I'm riding a bit into the sun. It is an absolutely wind-still morning. No wind at all, and not really chilly, so excellent conditions for riding. So yeah, the trip for today, I think I've been looking forward to this for a long time. One feature of the trip today is that we will not go through any towns. We will simply stay on the dirt roads in the Little Karoo area, starting here from Leeuwenboschfontein, which is close to Kruisrivier. And what I'm going to do today, or attempt to do, is to ride through the whole Anysberg Nature Reserve. I checked before I came. There are of course an entrance gate, and then you also have to exit through a gate, so it's about 40 kilometers to the gate on these dirt roads. That gate opens apparently at 7:30 in the morning. Yeah, the sun makes it a bit difficult to see, but this part of the Little Karoo is a gem. I must say, since we came here about a month ago, myself and my wife Annelie, we fell in love. This place is unbelievably beautiful, and for me now to also have the opportunity to ride through this district with a motorcycle just makes it so much more special. The total distance of the trip today is 95 kilometers, so I'm going to ride from Leeuwenboschfontein Guest Farm all the way to the exit gate of the Anysberg Nature Reserve. The first gate is the Kruisrivier Gate, and then the gate where you exit the park, and it's about 50 kilometers to ride through the park, is called the Grand Canyon Gate. It's got quite an impressive name, so let's hope it is associated with beautiful scenery. Yeah, we are now getting to a T-junction in the road. So this is the road that if you take a left, you go back to Kruisrivier, the town there next to the N1 highway. But if you take the right-hand turn, you go deeper into the Little Karoo or the Klein Karoo, and this is also the direction we will be taking to go to Anysberg Nature Reserve. No, these dirt roads, maybe some washboard here and there, but overall in excellent condition. So one can actually keep your speed, and I can probably go much faster than I'm going, but I'm taking it slow, cruising around, so between 60 and 70 kilometers per hour. I think that is just a comfortable ride, and also it allows me to enjoy the area. I mean, I can look around, and there are such a lot of beautiful things to see. Yeah, so this road then also is another route that will take you to Montague. Another 21 kilometers, then we take the left-hand turn to Anysberg Nature Reserve. So I will of course talk a little bit more about Anysberg Nature Reserve once we get there. Some of you will recall in one of my previous or earlier videos I rode the trip from Van Wyksdorp to Anysberg. So yes, I'm finding myself in the same area again, but I'm not riding the same roads. The roads I took during that trip was more to the south, and it passed south of the Anysberg itself. So the roads I'm riding today are completely new, and the first time that I'm riding it, I must say, when I rode that trip from Van Wyksdorp to Anysberg previously, it was also the first time I rode through this area. It was just so beautiful. I had to come back. There is something about this place that I love. Today, of course, I'm riding through the Anysberg Nature Reserve itself. I have no idea what the condition of that road is. All information I could find about that road is that you need a high clearance vehicle. Now, I trust my Honda CRF will also fit into that category. But yeah, I don't think it will be a problem. But yeah, it will be also new to ride that. So that is also just a journey of exploration for me. I have not mentioned this before, but for those of you that have not noticed, for all my videos and all my trips, I do include in the description of the video a link to a Google Maps traced route that I rode for that particular trip. So if you are interested to see exactly the route I took and the places I passed by, please go and have a look in the link in the descriptions of the videos. It will just give you a good idea, because sometimes I end up in places or I get lost a bit, and I do struggle to retrace my steps a bit, but I do my best, and it is as accurate as I think it can be. I've now suddenly hit more of a sandy part in the road, and Esther, that hosted me there at Leeuwenboschfontein, warned me actually about this. Apparently not too long ago somebody had quite a nasty fall on the sand, because I think you can get surprised by this. The road is overall so beautiful that you can go at high speed, but it can catch you off guard. I think this time of the year, today is the 15th of March, is quite a good time to ride these roads, because it is dry. The rainy season will not start probably before June or so. When these roads are wet and these drifts, they can flood very easily. So I think it might become very difficult to be sure that you can ride all the way if you take these roads, especially with a motorcycle. Bloottoering, this is what the road is called. So I need to take the Bloottoering road. This is the turn. Okay, so there is also a board here saying the Greater Anysberg Conservation Initiative. Yeah, so this is really a conservation project that is going on here for many years. Now with the sun not so in my face, you can probably also see a bit better. Although there is a sign here saying water with an exclamation mark. So let's see whether we actually have to go through some water. seems like this is quite a broader part of, or quite a larger river. Yeah, I know it's not really water, it is more just a sandy drift. Okay, that was not a problem. I don't know what your definition of tranquility is, but I can only describe this as tranquil. You really see nothing. No house, no cars, but yes, a beautiful road. A tranquil road to some promise. So we're now going lower down to the river, but we now need to make a turn once again into the sun to get to Anysberg Nature Reserve. Yeah, so actually the turn is here. Sorry, it's not Kruisrivier, it's actually Kruisrivier. So I think it is the Kruisrivier, and Anysberg Nature Reserve is down here, and it is actually the Kruisrivier Gate that we need to enter. Yeah, so this is already a smaller road, and I think this is what we're going to see going through the Anysberg Nature Reserve as well, is just a small single track lane. Yeah, I think one passes through this farm. I think it is the Kruisrivier farm to get to the gate. Anysberg to this side. Yep, up. Interesting small houses. Okay, the start of rougher roads. So where is this gate? Well, I suppose as long as the road continues, I'm fine. So this is probably crossing the Kruisrivier again. Yeah, lots of loose stones. Ah, here is the gate. Okay, now the question is, can I get in? It is indeed the Kruisrivier Gate. Okay, we successfully made it into the Anysberg Nature Reserve. I was not sure what to expect at this gate, but it's simply a latch that you open and you slide open the gate. So this is good. So I will report to the office. I'm not quite sure where the office is, but I can see on my GPS that is 35 kilometers. But yeah, overall to ride from the Kruisrivier Gate all the way to the Grand Canyon Gate is 50 kilometers. So it is a 50-kilometer reserve to go through. Yeah, I'm very excited about this ride. I think it's going to be extraordinarily beautiful. Now maybe just a little bit of background on the Anysberg Nature Reserve. This reserve was established in 1984 specifically for a conservation purpose, to conserve the extraordinary plants that you get here, all the succulents that is so endemic to this area, but also to reintroduce game. So we should be seeing some game. I already saw some game even before entering the park. I will keep my eyes open for this. But yeah, this reserve is quite large. It's at least 62,000 hectares. Some other sources that I saw, it says even more than 70,000 hectares. So yeah, this is big. Let's see this. Yeah, this is going to be a single lane road, I think, for the all the way through the park. This park is also, or this reserve is also renowned for the diverse species of birds that you get here. Apparently you can spot 180 different species of bird in this reserve. I find that quite extraordinary. So it just shows you how diverse this ecology is, and in the effort to conserve this in a nature reserve like the Anysberg Nature Reserve, I think it's just wonderful and allows anyone the opportunity now to come and experience this by riding through or driving through. I mean, the Little Karoo is already quite desolate and remote, but this nature reserve even feels more remote. I love it. I have not had my breakfast yet. It is now already almost half past 8. I departed Leeuwenboschfontein around 7 o'clock. I made myself some coffee, so I'm actually prepared to have a hot coffee in my flask here in the remoteness. Also, Annelie packed some breakfast for me, so I'm very pleased. Thanks, Annelie. A nice muffin to have for breakfast. I'm just going to look for a spot still to have this. Just look at these rock sheets forming this ridge here, shining in the sun. It's beautiful. I think we're going to cross the Kruisrivier once again now. I think the water can really flow strong here when the rains come. Yeah, this is all riverbed. Isn't this a lovely little road? I love it. So apparently the name Anysberg is simply named after aniseed that is naturally found in this area. So there's no strange reason for the name. It's simply named after the aniseed, because anise is of course the Afrikaans word for aniseed. I think I saw some baboons. Yeah, indeed, baboons crossing the road. So they're part of the wildlife in this nature reserve. There are lots of them in the road in front. I'm not sure if you can see it. They're scattering into the field. I'm not quite sure I want to share my breakfast with them, so let me just go a little bit further. I think I'm gonna make a stop now. Let's just see whether I can find a spot here for a breakfast break. Let me park here in the river. Yeah, so I made myself some coffee at Leeuwenboschfontein this morning. So I have it here in my hot flask. So looking forward to a muffin and also some hot coffee. Yeah, good, perfectly hot still. Yeah, I'm feeling much more refreshed now. That coffee was fantastic. Having this with a muffin here in the dry riverbed, ideal for a breakfast, I think. As I said in the previous video, what I will do over the next few trips is also to introduce you a bit to the motorcycle that I'm riding, the Honda CRF 300 Rally. Now, I bought this motorcycle about 6 months ago now. I did 2 previous extensive trips, which I captured in the videos, of course. And as I said already many times, this is a fantastic motorcycle, specifically because it does fit my needs perfectly. I'm not looking for a very heavy, powerful bike, something that I can control. And also I want to be able to ride roads that I want to ride. I mean, I don't want to wonder whether I can ride a specific route or not. So I will also tell you some of the modifications I did. I got quite a few questions. Thank you to everybody that is so interested to hear more or to know more about my rides and also how I modify the things that I do. So I will introduce you to 2 things for now that I did. The first 2 things I did when I bought this motorcycle. So let's have a look. The very first thing I did was to fix these handle protectors. So these are Barkbuster handle protectors. I think that is probably the leader in the market when it comes to these handle protectors. Now I regard these things as very important. So you can see they are of course fitted on both sides. And the main purpose of course the handle protectors is to protect the levers. So of course the brake lever and importantly the clutch lever, because if this bike falls over and those levers are bent to such an extent that it cannot be used, you are stuck. Apart from that, of course, it produces protection to your hands as well. But the main reason is if the bike falls over, it protects the levers, it protects the whole side of the bike. So all the plastic and other things that can be damaged are effectively protected. So this is the first thing I fitted, and together with this I also fitted these Rockfox pannier rack holders. Now the main reason for fitting them is not to fit or to fix my bags, it is also to protect the bike, because if the bike falls over, this protects the whole side of the bike. So if this bike falls over, it lands on this and this happened actually on my previous trip. The bike did fall over. You can see there's some markings on it where it actually took the weight of the bike, and also on that side, and it protected it perfectly. So this is the first thing I did to protect the bike, and I'm very satisfied with how this is working. There are more things that I did to this bike to make it a more comfortable experience, and there are things that I'm still planning to do. Some of you have asked me, for example, about how the suspension of the bike is doing. I will definitely give you my opinion on this, but this is not the first thing that I wanted to upgrade or change on this bike. Let's hit the road. First to the office. I think I need to pay something to ride through the beautiful Anysberg Nature Reserve, and then onto the camping sites and so on, just to go and see what it looks like. Let's go. Okay, now I need to get this bike out of here. I parked a little bit awkwardly, so let me see whether I'm able to just turn around in this loose sand. Problem is to get back a bit. I might have to get off to just take it back a bit. So this is what I spoke about. I need a bike that is light enough for me to handle, even in conditions like this. So I am managing, I think. Let's see. Okay, I'm out of the sand. Let's go. So now it is less than 10 kilometers to the office. I think the office is called the Vrede office. And then I will just have a chat there to the people to pay something probably, and just have a look at what the office looks like. But yeah, this was now a great stop for breakfast. I'm really enjoying the Anysberg Nature Reserve. I can already highly recommend it if you want to come for a drive through. The road is a little bit rough, but not too hectic. I can understand why they say a vehicle with some clearance is needed, but other than that, it is perfectly okay to just drive. And for a motorcycle, just a very nice ride, not too challenging. Isn't this just glorious? I assume that is the Anysberg continuing, so you can see it's got a bit more features there, and there it is certainly going a bit higher. But yeah, look at this open valley here. The veld and the bushes in the veld has got the most glorious yellow tint that just makes for beautiful viewing. Yeah, this track does become a bit more sandy. So let me just take it a bit slower. Oh. See, when you lose your balance out of the tire track and go into the middle, that it starts to become dangerous. I'm just enjoying this road with the bushes so close to the road. Just weaving my way through the Anysberg Nature Reserve. But I'm getting closer to the office now. I think it is less than 2 kilometers away. Maybe it is that place with the large trees there in front. But just look at the Anysberg. How beautiful. Okay, the GPS is taking me straight, but there's quite a few roads one can actually follow here. Now, this is a large dam. Probably a swimming dam. Looks lovely. Yeah, so I successfully made it now in my ride through the Anysberg Nature Reserve to the office of Anysberg Nature Reserve, which is also the place, it seems, where you find the camping spots and also self-catering accommodation. And this interesting dam here behind me, I think this is a swimming dam because there seems to be a deck there behind as well. So let's just have a look. This is probably the overflow. Yeah, just look at it. Yo, this looks like paradise in the middle of the Little Karoo and in the middle of the Anysberg Nature Reserve, doesn't it? So one cannot enter this without a permit. No, this place is very well maintained. Just look how neat this is. Yeah, so there was indeed somebody at the office now, and I actually had a lovely chat with Johan. His name is Johan, the guy that works at the office. Sorry, I'm just making a bit of a 360. I just want to go through the campsite to see what it looks like. Okay, so this seems to be the campsite. So there are some shady spots. Looks very nice. Yeah, so as I said, I had a chat with Johan and I asked him a bit how long has he been at Anysberg. He says he's been working for Cape Nature for 40 years and he's been actually at Anysberg for 38 years. That is a long time. That is basically as old as the nature reserve is because it was established in 1984. Asked him about, yes, of course, this is the Anysberg on this side, but on this side, what is the mountain called? And he says there's actually a few names as you go down, but the one here is the Kruisrivier mountain, which is a very strange name. I will probably have to go and check it up on the map to see whether I've got it right. But yeah, this is the valley that we are riding through. Anysberg on the right hand side and Kruisrivier mountain on the left hand side. He also said it costs nothing. It's absolutely free to ride through the Anysberg Nature Reserve. I find this amazing. So the place is so well maintained, but they don't even ask money for you to ride through. The gates you simply open and close. It's not locked. So he also confirmed that the Grand Canyon gate on the eastern side is open. I just need to slide it open and ride through. Yo, and I can see the oryx gemsbok running across the road in front. They are really everywhere, so you can be sure that if you ride through this nature reserve you will see them. I'm quite sure you will not see it on the camera, but they are quite a number of them. I count at least 6 running there. Oh, more of this. Now I see 8 running along as we ride. Can you see them? Can you see them? They've got the longest, sharpest horns. I think the sound of the motorcycle is just chasing them away a bit. Beautiful, beautiful. So obviously the wildlife has been restored here, and as part of the conservation effort you can be sure to see beautiful plants, but also the game and animals. And now first some sand again. Yo. This is fantastic. And I can see a big tortoise crossing the road there in front as well. See all kinds of wildlife here. This is a big one. Just look at it. This is really very big. Doesn't even seem to be very afraid of the motorcycle. Hey, mister. Are you as old or older than the Anysberg Nature Reserve? Yo, his toenails are quite long. It's at least 4 centimeters long, the toenails. I didn't know it gets that long. If a tortoise is this big, it is really old. I would not be surprised if this is at least 50 years old. But yeah, the Little Karoo has got lots and lots of tortoises. This is their habitat. This is where they live. Yeah, I'm still following the Anysberg quite closely. The further you go east, the closer it seems you are getting to the Anysberg. It's got beautiful features of these valleys running into it. Yeah, I'm now getting very close to the exit of the Anysberg Nature Reserve. It remains beautiful all the way. Look at this dry riverbed here. This is really one of the nicest rides I had thus far. It is just so enjoyable cruising through these desolated areas. In all my time in this 50 kilometers or so through the nature reserve, I only passed one car. So there seems to be even some self-catering accommodation here at this gate. Look how neat these little houses look. Oh, Anysberg Nature Reserve. Well worth a visit. Yeah, there is the gate in front. It looks similar to the Kruisrivier Gate. And I will simply open it. Now I'm standing in front of the Grand Canyon Gate on the eastern end of the Anysberg Nature Reserve. What a ride! 50 kilometers from the Kruisrivier Gate to the Grand Canyon Gate. Fantastic ride. And also if you want to do it by car, it will also be great. And there is this welcoming stop in between where the office is, where there's some wonderful campsites and so on. So yeah, thank you very much for joining me on this ride. I trust you also enjoyed it as much as I did. It was a great privilege to ride through and to bring this to you. So I'm going to end this video here. Of course, my trip is continuing. I'm here in the middle of nowhere, but I will bring that to you in the next few videos. So if you enjoyed the trip today, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. And then until the next video, which will come very soon, keep well and bye-bye.